So today is going to be totally a different day. As you guys know, I sell real estate in Florida and in Chicago. Today is a Chicago day and it is so cold here. I think it's like 15, but the wind chill is like -4 because the wind is crazy out there. So today I am going to a bunch of appointments. I'm with my husband, Mike, right there. I know I'm shaking a lot, sorry about that. So we're going to see my uncle for a visit. He is in kind of an assisted living home. Have breakfast with him. For those of you who don't know, I am on the North Shore of Chicago. My hometown is Northbrook. Born and raised, grew up here, lived here 50 years plus, and so I know this place inside and out. But you're gonna get to come along today for a ride with us as far as what I'm doing today. Sorry, again, bouncing like crazy. And it is so cold, and I say it is so cold. We are at Covenant Village, and I love Covenant Village except for this weird thing. So this is assisted living, and they have parking. Like, their parking is really not very good here for visitors. I don't love it, but we are now walking up, and it's, like I said, it's freezing cold. But Covenant Village is actually a great place for kind of all ages of empty nester to more assisted living. And then they got kind of 3 stages of care for assisted living. So, you know, when you're working with a realtor in your area, they should understand the different types of assisted living if you're thinking about moving out into some type of assisted living, because they can kind of help you figure out what you need to do. So make sure you've got a realtor that understands, if you're looking at assisted living, what it kind of looks like. Going to see Billy. Hi, Billy.
Hello.
Hi, Uncle Bill.
Hi, how are you?
Thank you.
Thanks, Rachel.
You need anything else? Good?
I'm good.
Okay. So, Lisa, my daughter who works with me, was going to meet me and just called me to tell me that her car was stolen. So, as of this moment, she has to go to the police department and file a report. So, not good. You guys want to see something cool? So see the water tower right there? Does that look familiar to you guys? You know what that is? That is literally from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Yep, it is the same one that they painted Save Ferris on. Pretty cool. Northbrook's claim to fame. Okay, so now I'm going into a market evaluation of a home that I had moved the buyers into. Gosh, it must have been about 10 years ago or so. I moved these buyers in. Now they want to sell. They're buying new construction in another area that I wasn't involved in. They just went to the new home developer. But now they want to know what they need to do in order to get their home ready to put it on the market. If it's now, I'm thinking we're probably going to go on in maybe 3 or 4 months. But they have some questions about what they need to do to get their home ready. So I'm going to head in there. And unfortunately, my day is sort of thrown because Lisa's car got stolen and she was supposed to meet me here. So it's been kind of frustrating for me right now, as far as just emotionally trying to have to deal with that and then explain that, you know, why she isn't at the appointment. So we'll make it work. We'll figure it out and I'll be back.
1 hour later.
Gosh, a lot of stuff in there, a lot of good stuff. I wish I could have recorded the whole thing for you guys. Maybe I'll do that at some point in the future. If any of you are interested in having me come to your house and do like a total walkthrough, let me know, because I'd love to do that just before, even if, you know, maybe you're not selling for a year or something. So anyway, I'm just going to kind of go over a little bit about the house and what needs to be done. You know, it's a great house. It's in great shape. The husband has spent a lot of time, energy, money on the mechanicals, on the furnace, the air, the roof. Very, very good work with the inside of the home, the inside. So there's like no deferred maintenance, no old mechanicals like that. However, the wife wanted to paint years ago, and they probably should have, because then they would have enjoyed it. The house really is very yellow, and it shoots yellow. It will be yellow. Like, I don't recommend that color paint. I mean, we're looking at a $900,000 home. And so these are buyers that, you know, don't want to do a whole lot when they come in. So unfortunately, I recommended that they have to redo the paint. They also asked me about the flooring. They've got dogs, and so the floors are super, super scuffed up, especially right when you walk in. And so I did not tell them to redo the floors. I don't tell a lot of people to redo floors, and the reason is because it is a huge cost and it's a huge pain in the butt to do that. It's really almost impossible to redo floors when you're living there. So what I told them to do is that we have to fake it, take it, make it. So we are going to try and just sort of kind of put like an oil on it, like an oil rub or something like that. We're going to put an oil rub on the wood, and hopefully it'll kind of just tone it down a little bit. Most people usually redo their floors when they get in, so that was fine. The hardwood is great. Now the kitchen cabinets are going to probably be an issue. In the pictures, I think they'll look okay. They won't look super dated, but when you're in the house, it's got this very, very deep dark line of the cabinetry. It's like dark brown, and I feel like it's just not going to show real well when people are in there. They're going to think the whole kitchen needs to be redone when it really doesn't. I mean, it really doesn't. So again, this is a fake it, take it, make it. So I'm waiting to hear on prices from them. So they'll let me know on prices, and then I'll tell them if it's worth it. Also, the backyard, there was no grass in the backyard. Well, in half the backyard, there was no grass, but from the house, that's all you'd sort of see. And so that's an issue because we have to take a picture of the backyard. And so if we're taking a picture of the backyard and there's no grass, people are going to be like, why is there no grass? And he said, well, you know, he was planning on sodding it this spring. So just sort of, you know, a few issues. And I said, well, I don't know if we're going to be able to cover that up or what we're going to be able to do, but that is an issue. So if you're thinking like maybe you might be doing things, or your wife is thinking we need to do these things, you need to listen to your wife, first of all, who may be a little bit more in tune with some of the trends going on, just to keep your house kind of updated, because I wish that they would have painted it so they could have enjoyed it and really enjoyed the kitchen and enjoyed the rest of the house. But this house is a great house. It's going to sell. It's going to go, I would think, pretty quick, assuming we price it correctly. On to the next house. Where I'm going is a house that we have listed that is under contract. It's set to close next week, and it's empty. So houses in Chicago in the winter that are empty are like, they really make me nervous because of freezing pipes, and you really have to watch for that. And I had that happen in my house once for as an agent long time ago, and it was a nightmare. So what we always do is we do house checks for empty homes that don't have anybody in them, just to make sure that all of the pipes are working, to make sure that they left on the water. So you want to leave the water turned on a little bit. If you do have an empty house somewhere in the cold and you're not there, your agent really has to be checking in on it, making sure that it's okay. We're going to cross our fingers. I'm going to go in right now and make sure that all of the water is working and there are no burst pipes. So let's do it. Oh, nice and warm in here, so we're in good shape. Boy, this house looks good. All empty and clean. So let's turn on some water. You can see they left it running. So keep it on. Oh yeah, this is perfect. All right, I'm gonna run through the house and make sure that it all looks good. I'm just gonna check the basement, make sure the basement looks good. It feels nice and warm in here though. I obviously turned up the heat. All right, looks good. I am on to listing appointment number 2. This is a past client of mine who really does probably need to sell. I haven't talked to her in a couple of years. She called me. She's just curious about her home's value. I'm going to go in and look at condition. I'm not really sure if she's going to sell. I think she wants to, but I'm just going to go in and kind of talk to her about it. And a lot of agents out there will do this for you years ahead of time, especially, you know, if you're having relationships with this person over years, like you would a financial planner. So if you have a relationship with an agent and you are curious about if you should fix something, or you want help on what your home is worth, what the market is doing, you definitely should reach out, because most agents will come by, just no obligation and zero pressure at all. So I'm gonna see how this goes. Okay, so I just went to a house for my second appointment, and this was a person that I had moved in there, gosh, it was 10 years ago, and it's a super cute little house. They were renting, and then they ended up thinking, well, maybe we could purchase. And at the time they were able to purchase, they got a good deal on this home. It's small, you know, it's 2 bedrooms, 1 bath. And she had reached out to me a couple weeks ago and she said, you know, my property taxes went up and I just can't afford to stay here anymore. That's the problem honestly all over the country, but that's really a problem I feel in Illinois, not recognizing the impact that the rising taxes have on people who are really kind of on a fixed income or don't have a lot of additional money to spend. And so she's going to have to move, and she's going to move out of Cook County because she literally can't afford her mortgage anymore because her taxes went up. I hate to see that. I really hate to see that, and I can't give a lot of advice on that, other than continue to fight your appeals, appeal your taxes if you can, so unfortunately she's going to be selling her house next month. Kind of sad, but she did have the cutest little cat in her house. It's a cute little kitten. I love cats. Anyway.
Tomorrow.
I'm picking up Lisa because she has no car. Hi.
Hi. It's really cold out.
Today we have a fun day. Yesterday was supposed to be with Lisa, but Lisa just called me to tell me that her car was stolen. So I had to pick up Lisa at the train, and we have a couple of stops we're going to do. We're going to show a house in Winnetka, which for those of you who don't know Winnetka, it's like the most beautiful city.
It's where Home Alone was filmed.
Home Alone. The Home Alone house, is that still on the market?
No.
Okay, so that Home Alone house just sold. It's in Winnetka. It's such a beautiful town. Taxes are super high in Winnetka. Like, whenever we look at homes in Winnetka, we think we got to look at those taxes. But people who can afford a Winnetka might not care about the taxes. So the house we're going to, Lisa, you think they're going to like it?
Yeah, I think it's a beautiful house.
What was the reason? It's a little high for their price point? Is that what you were thinking?
Yeah.
They wanted to see this one, right?
Yeah.
Now
they're going to love it.
You think so?
Yeah. It's a beautiful house.
It's being sold as is, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes when you sell it as is, like I hate putting as is into the listing comments because I think it makes the house look like it needs a lot of work when in reality it probably doesn't.
Yeah.
If you're thinking about putting as is on your listing because you don't want to deal with the inspection, don't. Like, it's not good for the home because then people are like, needs a lot of work, and then they won't come to the house. So
that's what I thought when I first saw
that's
the
what you
listing.
thought. Yeah. So I don't like that. You can put it in the comments, and you definitely don't have to do work. You don't have to have the inspection, make repairs at the inspection, but just don't say it in the listing. It turns people off to make it think that the house needs a lot of work.
Because there might not be anything wrong.
There might not be anything wrong. They just might not be, wanting to do any work with it. So these are buyers we've been working with.
Continue on North Waukegan Road for half a mile.
What they're looking for. I think that's the benefit of having, somebody who's working with them ongoing because we know what they're looking for. So we're able to say, yeah, this is going to hit the mark. This house will hit the mark, but it's probably a little higher than they wanted to spend. In addition, the market's still pretty high, so there may be multiple offers, so it may go over list. One thing I know, you probably can hear that my directions are on. I see. So I have to tell you, like,
Continue for 3 miles.
My entire life, like literally, there are 2 things I'm really not good at. Like, I'll tell you, there are lots of things I'm not good at, but like 2 things that I have to tell people up front when I meet them and I'm showing them homes is, 1, I am really bad at directions. Like, am I bad, Lisa?
Yeah, well, I know because I'm the same way.
Oh, you are?
And I know what else you're going to say.
So I'm really super bad at directions. Like, I need a nav system if I'm only like 2 minutes from my house usually. So I know that's terrible to say. The second thing is keys. Like, is that what you thought I'd say? Keys? And you look so inexperienced when you can't get a door open, and then you start to stress because you can't get the door open.
Especially if it's like your first time.
I mean, for your first time meeting somebody when you can't get the door open, it's super embarrassing.
That happened to me.
It did?
The first time I ever went out on a showing, like literally ever, the door would not open, and I called the agent and it was like dead bolted from the inside. So I just told my clients, "Oh, that's it. We can't go inside."
Yeah,
but it was
go in.
literally my first showing. Like maybe my second, but the first day of showing.
It's like a hazy.
Yeah.
It's a hazy. So anyway, keys are impossible, especially when it's cold. And the worst is then when I have to ask the husband if he can try and turn the key in the lock. So anyway, 2 things I'm really, really bad at. FYI, now you know. Mm-hmm. It's a little warmer than it was yesterday.
Barely.
Barely. We are in a fantastic part of Winnetka. These homes may not look like
much. Oh, that's the house we're gonna go see.
Oh, that's the house.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. So these homes may not look like much. So that house that we just drove by is $1.5 million.
Yeah.
Like these homes over here, a lot of them are older. A lot of them do not have, well, this one has an attached garage, but a lot of these homes don't have an attached garage. And if you are anywhere where there is snow, a detached garage is really, really painful.
Yeah. A lot of these houses have really skinny driveways, and a lot of the times there's only one car garage.
So you can see some of these, you know, there's a one car, I mean, like this is, look at this beautiful house.
Yeah.
Isn't that gorgeous?
How much do you think that house is?
Oh gosh, I think that's probably $3 million,
Yeah.
$2.5 million.
I was gonna say 2 to 3.
But like this area is just such a neat area, and downtown Winnetka is super cute. Just a really, really gorgeous area of the North Shore of Chicago. I know it doesn't look like much now because the trees are down, but when the trees are full,
During the fall, I mean,
it is
it's amazing.
It is amazing, truly amazing. All right, so we're a little early for the appointment, which is always a good thing. We're just gonna come up here. Now this street can get a little busy because there's a school at the end of the street, and it is school drop-off time now. Is this the right street?
Yeah,
It is?
I'm pretty sure.
Are you sure?
Well, no, I'm not 100% sure.
No, that's gonna be on tape.
Well, she's having me record and map at
Which
the
we
same
already told you we're
time.
bad at, and I turned down
Which
the wrong street.
we're both already bad at, and we're looking at houses.
I know, we're looking at houses. So anyway, I literally
Turn left.
need directions for 2 blocks. I know, that's so embarrassing. So we're a little bit early, which is great. You can see this house here is worth $1.5 million.
Oh, there's somebody in the
Somebody's the sellers are leaving. Oh, one thing I'll tell you, which I had to tell Lisa, you should never park at the end of a driveway because people back up all the time. So if you're going out to look at houses, never park on the other side of the street like we're doing because they can back out. Now we're just waiting here until they back out of their driveway, the sellers, because we're
Yeah.
a little early, which I almost am never really early.
I usually don't park in driveways anyway.
Yeah, I don't park in the driveways either. So, all right, they're leaving. They know it's us, so we're gonna wave.
No, don't wait.
Yeah, I'm gonna wave. Hi. Oh, you're Susan. Hi. Okay, so that was actually the agent who was super nice, and she has to go and get a battery or something. So she told us we could just go on in and kind of walk
Which
around.
is not normal.
Not
I
normal.
can't believe she said that.
Super nice, super nice. So we're gonna go in before our clients get here. All right, look at how cute this house is. So let's see, this garage is pretty far back, and it is attached, so that's great. So that's some type of an addition. Yeah, super cute. So we're gonna go in because she told us we can go in. The one thing she did say, which was I knew would be an issue because I said this is on a street that has a school, is school traffic, which I didn't know if these buyers would love. And you can't park on the street until 10 every morning. So we're gonna go on in. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh, I love it. This is wallpaper. So this is like classic Winnetka. Oh, it's staged so nice. So I can tell that the reason that this is as is because it is older and they just haven't updated it much. This is super cute out here. Carpet in the kitchen, not my favorite. These cabinets are old. This is darling. Oh, so wait, is the garage attached or no? Is there an overhang? Yeah, so there's an overhang here, which is pretty close to being attached, which is fantastic. Oh, we're gonna go downstairs. Oh, see, they even have a handrail. You can see like almost just a functional basement, and they've got the washer and dryer down in the basement. This is a decent basement. It doesn't smell wet at all down here. I think we'll go and look and see if they're here yet, but this house, I think, is going to be too much work for them based on the price point. But I mean, like, look at these windows. Oh. So, did you see that?
No.
Touch the window slowly.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so there's a plexiglass. I thought.
Oh, yes, because you can see how old the windows are.
Yeah, so I thought that was the window. You can't see. This is plexiglass right there because those are original. I would think original windows, and so it's probably very, very drafty. Oh, look at this wood. And you can see they have to put these on the window. Yeah, they're like a double pane here, but this wood is very pretty.
Yeah, it is.
Look at the staircase here going down. It's beautiful. This house has a lot of potential.
Major potential.
Oh. Okay, so I always check showers for mold. This shower looks great, but you guys need to look before you're putting your house on the market. Do you have any mold in the corners of your bathroom? Look at this is darling. It's a little cold in here though. This must be the master bedroom. There's no master bath attached. So what's gonna have to happen is somebody is gonna have to basically turn this whole suite here. They're gonna have to rip all this out.
There's 2 baths.
Right, so this is the hall. That's what you would consider the master bath. So they've probably been here for a long time. I'm gonna check and see how long they've been here in this house.
This house has a lot of potential.
It does. It's super cute. Oh, I think they're here. So this is beautiful. What is this? I mean, what is this?
Glass window. I think
Oh my
David
gosh.
got it. You know, my son knew Latin or something.
That is
Yeah, it's
amazing.
really, really
You can't
pretty.
really.
And they found someone to donate it to, but it cost $3,000 to ship it. you know,
That is
just
amazing.
because-
Okay, so we've been here with Susan, who is showing us around the house a little bit, and she's super nice, super sweet. We love having great, nice agents. We are just going to take a vote. Do
Yeah.
we think they're going to like it or not? What do you think?
I think they're really gonna like it, but I think that there might be a little too much work for them.
Maybe a
because of the
touch too
floors.
much work.
But we'll see. I'm crossing my fingers.
I
I'm
think they're
hopeful.
really going to like it. I think it's at the kind of the top of what they wanted to spend. Not that they can't spend more, but I don't know. That's my vote. So I think they're going to like
Okay.
it, but we'll see it see on the price.
Great.
This is super cute. This is the coach house. This is the second floor of this super darling coach house that they actually had a tenant in. And I mean, this is something you wouldn't be able to get your grown kids to move out of. Maybe a little work, but this is the downstairs. It's even got a little cute little screen porch here too. And a fireplace. Nice. Super cute. Okay, so the garage actually has some carpet in it, but we found this interesting thing. Who knows what this is? What is this? Anybody who knows what this is, let me know. All right, so we finished, and that was a great house.
Fantastic house. Really, really beautiful.
Okay, wait. I really should have waited to record. I'm backing up. Hold on.
That's okay. There's no one there.
Okay, so that house was super charming. That was really cute. And I have to say, that agent, did you like her?
She's super
Susan is wonderful. So it's so funny is that, and this is what happens in Winnetka, the agent actually is related to the buyers.
Yeah.
They have the same last name, so then they started making the connections, and they're related by marriage. First, let me comment on having the agent at this showing. She was great because she did not hover. She was just there to answer questions.
Yeah. It didn't feel like she was like selling the house.
No.
She was just like another person that we were
Yeah.
with.
So
Yeah.
in that case, for $1.5 million listing, to have an agent who is ingrained in she just lived one street over, so ingrained in the town, who knew the buyers, who was related to them, like that adds a lot of familiarity and a lot of energy to the showing. You know, I don't always love accompanied showings, but on these $1.5 million homes, I think it's important, okay, to have someone like that. Now, if it had been an agent who did not know the area or the town, it would have been totally different. She knew the history. She's known these people for a long time. That definitely added to the showing.
Yeah, that was definitely one of the better accompanied showings I've been to.
Yeah, she's
For sure.
super nice. So, Lisa, were we right in our assessment of what they said about the house?
Yes. I think they're really gonna like it, but I think that there might be a little too much work for them.
I think they're really going to like it. I think it's at the kind of the top of what they wanted to spend. Not that they can't spend more, but... And what did they say?
They said that they loved it, which we knew they would love it,
Yeah.
but it was too much work, which we also knew.
Yeah. So, you know, the agent was a little concerned that maybe this is going to be the reaction from all the buyers who come in. But, you know, the house is priced at the top price point. And the issue is that it's not $1.5 million buyer they're looking for. It's a $2 million buyer they're looking for. So in this situation, it might have been better to list the house $100,000 less, because then that would have made it very attractive. Now you're going to get people who are just sort of thinking like, I don't know, maybe there's too much work, and they might sit with it. Now there is a chance that this could be a teardown.
I don't know. I mean, at least the houses I've been in Wilmette recently, I would say that this was the best constructed one. Like usually in Wilmette, like things feel very like pieced together because the houses are so old. So they've done like renovations here and there, or they've done like add-ons, or
Yeah.
some of the renovations are just like now outdated. But this one, I mean, it felt very like cohesive all the way through. There were a few parts that I thought maybe that was like attached, you know, but it wasn't, you know, it wasn't bad. Like it wasn't like the other houses that we've seen with them. So I think that's one of the other reasons that they really liked it, probably.
Yeah, and that coach house was just so charming.
It was.
So charming. So, I mean, now by us going and seeing this house, even though we knew it might not quite be right, this will help eliminate other showings in the future. Because we can say, you know, it's like that other house we saw that needed all the work. Not that we want to eliminate showings, we want to funnel them down into the house that works for them. And that's what a great agent can do for you, is to then be kind of your partner in this transaction. So I knew it was going to go like that. That was a great house. It was a great experience to do and see them. And now we are on to their listing appointment, because we will be getting their listing at some point when we sell their home.
When we find them a home.
So what we're going to do right now is I'm just going to drive through my neighborhood where I grew up and just kind of talk about some of the homes and like the homes that I've been in, because this is exactly what you need to be doing when you're working with an agent, is to know how many homes they've been in and do they know the area. I've been in that home, I've been in this home, that home, this home, I've been in this home, I've been in this home, this home, I've been in this home.
Oh my gosh.
I've been in this home, in this home. This home is one of our listings right now. So we've been in this home, and that home.
We lived in that home.
We lived in that home. I've been in this home, this home, this home, this home.
This is ridiculous.
But a lot of these, not just because I lived here, but because of business. I've been in that home.
This is
have
crazy.
been in- isn't it crazy? I've been in this yellow house. I have been in that blue house. This one and this house.
And this one.
I've been in this house. This is all for work. I mean, these are all homes that I've been in that I have viewed over the years. So, I've been in this one. This is my friend Brian's from grade school. I've been in that house. I was in this house, this house. We just sold our buyers this house right here. So, this one right here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This one's great.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is that you really want an agent who understands like the homes, the areas, the neighborhood, like, you know, what is the experience of the neighbor to know certain homes and their history. So this is a cute area. It's called the Highlands in Northbrook. Darling area.
One of the best areas
where
in
people want to
Northbrook.
be. These two houses, especially this house here, was one of the first ones that was like new construction in this area. And so that was pretty crazy, really crazy for people to spend. I think it was like $800 or $900 on that home. When a house comes on in the market over here, I can do a market evaluation on a house without even going into it. Like I lived in this house too. This is a super cute house. I love this house.
Yeah, super cute.
And then I sold this house across the street over here. I brought the buyers on this house. I've been in this house and I lost a listing on this house. This was one of my listings that I lost. So what I'm saying is that when you've got an agent who's super experienced in the area, who knows the history, who understands like the nuances, the details. Like I can tell you pretty much anything about Northbrook. I was on the village board. I know a lot about the town. I know a lot of people. That's what you're looking for in an agent. And those are the kinds of agents that we're gonna refer to you when we are looking for agents, is we know the agents if they actually live in the town or if they're just coming in and out of the town, if their kids go to the grade school. Like that's a really big deal. I will say we lost a listing. Presentation. I know you guys can't believe that we actually lost a listing.
Super sad.
Yeah,
We're both not happy about it.
But wonderful couple
Yeah.
who we totally connected with.
Beautiful house.
Beautiful home. And they decided to go with an agent who is outside of Northbrook. And the reason why is because this agent has a huge social media following. Now, that does not always mean that the agent is a good agent. Now this agent happens to be, I would say, a very solid agent.
Yeah.
However, she was way too busy. Like way too busy.
Yeah.
You know, and I knew that. I mean, she had 67 active listings and she said she was going to accompany every showing. Like we're able to tell if an agent is actually going to be able to do that. Like I cannot believe that that is the case.
Possible.
Really,
Yeah.
truly. Oh, and we're going by another house that I lived in and grew up in.
Yeah.
Right here, this one as well.
Yeah.
So
It's totally different now.
Isn't it? It's totally different.
I know, people are gonna be like, how many times have you moved?
I've moved.
So many.
I've moved so many times. I can't even tell you how many times I have moved.
But that wasn't like your house.
That was my parents' home.
Yeah.
So, what was I saying? What was I saying?
I don't remember.
I was talking about, what was I saying?
About how we lost that listing.
Oh, yeah. So we lost this listing, and honestly, like, I was so upset because it felt like such the right connection. I know exactly, you know, because she was saying, well, you know, people don't like the house because they can't park in the street. I'm like, big deal. You know, it's walking distance to town. It's closer to the school. You've got a great house. You've got a great yard. Like, I know all these things. And so I can hit the objections when a buyer comes in and says, well, there's no parking. It's just important that you have an agent who understands the grade school. How do the kids actually walk to school? How do they meet up with their friends, you know? And when you have an agent that really, really understands those nuances, because that agent has lived there and has raised their kids there, it makes a huge, huge difference. So now I've kind of given you the tour of my hometown. We lived in this house. Lisa lived here too.
Yeah.
Needs a little work on the front, I think.
Probably needs a little work on the inside too.
Maybe, yeah. That was a great house.
That was a great house. This is a
there.
beautiful house here.
Yeah.
This one.
I did a listing appointment there. I know. Should I show you all the listings that I've actually lost? That would be way too many to count. Way too many to count. And I will tell you, any good agent has lost numerous listings. So if you're afraid to tell an agent that he or she did not get the listing, we've heard it before.
Don't be afraid.
Yeah, don't be afraid. And also, an agent should never burn a bridge.
Yeah.
Sometimes I've had listings that I haven't gotten that then they didn't like their agent or it didn't sell, and then they came back to me. So don't worry about making us feel bad.
This one on the corner here.
No, I did not live in that home.
No, it did not look like this.
It was a little ranch. It was a little ranch rental that I had right after my divorce. So Lisa lived there with me.
It was pretty bad.
I liked it. It was cute and cozy.
There was always water. Always.
There was a lot of water that came into Leia's bath.
It smelled
bedroom.
like water all the time. This is a nice house too. It smelled like water all the time, and there were mice.
Leia unfortunately had to be in the basement. So that was another house that we all lived in. Now we're going to drive by the house that I grew up in as a child, young child, my very first home. This is a house that we lived in.
Yeah, we lived in.
And I sold this house like 4 times. Been in that one, this one. So this is the street I grew up on, and it's darling. I know it doesn't look that darling right now. Like, all these homes now have been built up, but they all used to be really, really small.
Like, these are all new.
I mean, the whole street is new, basically.
Yeah.
This is the house I grew up in, right here, and it was a small little split level, and then they built up on it. That was my childhood home, which is only, look, steps to the grade school.
And the library.
Library's right there. Yep.
And then going down here, you get to downtown Northbrook.
Okay, so coming up now, we have this house that we lived in that was like, I mean, look at this house.
Look at how insane this is. So the driveway goes all the way back, and they added like a tennis court or something back there.
Okay, so that was the house that our family lived in right before the divorce. So that was like a great, fantastic house. And then we all moved into
The
rental
house with the water and rats.
There were no rats.
Okay, there were mice. There were mice.
There were mice. So this one here.
I've been into this one.
Yeah, I was in this one too for a listing appointment that I lost.
These houses are really nice here.
Yeah, so this house, we brought the buyers on this house. So our buyers bought that house. And
like
this
this
house, these were my clients as well when they sold their house. Okay, so now we're in the neighborhood where I have lived in 2 homes. So this house here, I got fired from
this one?
Well, it was a mutual parting of the ways. I know you guys can't believe I ever got fired. I know you can't believe that. Okay, so this house here I also lived in.
We lived in this one.
We lived in this one too. I know.
Not for that long.
No, that was not that long at all. No.
This neighborhood is really nice.
Yeah. This subdivision is really good.
Yeah.
So I guess I'd say it's not that I'm the best agent there is for this whole town, because I definitely don't think that, because I think there has to be a fit. I think you have to have an agent who's a fit. But as real estate agents, like I said, we lose a lot of listings, and it's just the experience of losing the listings that also makes for a good agent. Okay, so now we're gonna be in the last house. I know, we're a little sad because this is the last house we moved out of.
This is my favorite house we've ever lived in.
This one right here.
This one.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna start crying.
Yeah, sad. All right, we're going in for our last listing appointment of the day, and this is a really cute house.
Yay.
So we just went to our last listing appointment, and what was your impression of it, Lisa?
I thought it went really well. They're a very nice couple. They knew a lot about their house.
They thought they were gonna have to do a lot more work than we told them to do. We basically didn't tell them almost anything to do. Super cute house and really, really nice couple. So
Yeah.
I am very, very much looking forward to working with them.
Very exciting.
Yeah. Before we end, we went to another listing appointment before this one, and it was another super cute house. And these are people we're working with, the buyers who we showed that home to in Winnetka, and their house is absolutely darling, and a young buyer who wants to be in Northbrook, first-time home buyers, absolutely going to come in and buy this house.
Yeah.
It's in a great walk-to-town location. It's going to be a good price point. So what was your impression of it?
Yeah, I thought the same.
Yeah, it's gonna be super cute.
Yeah.
So, and the people that we're talking with now are months away, you know, from maybe even a year away if we can't find them something good to purchase. So, you know, I want you guys all out there to make sure you're talking to your agents early. Make sure you're doing your research, and you guys know if you're in Chicago or in Florida, we can service your needs for you. Anyway, thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.